Welcome back to another reaction video. So let's watch Fousey cannot accept his downfall. Let's
So
watch.
it has been a couple of months since we last caught up with our buddy FouseyTube. At one time, Yusuf was arguably the biggest creator on YouTube, but now he has hit rock bottom more times than I can count. Last time we talked, Fousey was experiencing his annual crash out, only this time things got even more explosive than usual, with him going off and attacking several of his employees both physically and mentally.
Fired a cameraman in 5 minutes. Swear to God, on my mother's heartbeat, you would be fired right now. And you personally, I think I would have punched in the face.
How old is he? How old is he? He looked like he at least like 40. How old is he?
Face. Hey, are you slow? Go work at Chuck E. Cheese. Come here, make me something.
Like even his own family was not spared in his quest for someone to blame for his failures.
I'm a Muslim. You guys put me on this earth, Baba, but now I'm 34, so I'm living my own life. So Baba, this is the last you're ever gonna see me. I live in Australia now.
You look about 50.
It's just hilarious to me how someone can go from trying to present themselves as a beacon of positivity and pursuing your dreams, and then the very next day the dude goes against everything that he preaches, develops a massive ego overnight, and pretty much walks around as if he was a god on earth who can abuse and treat anyone around him like a peasant.
Kevin, when I say spray, you go to her and you do this in the face, okay?
I've known individuals like this who treat people around them like crap when they feel like it, and then they try and play it off or play the victim later like nothing ever happened. These types of people almost always end up alone, or with their lone victim who endures that type of abuse. But this is really just the Fousey cycle at this point. First he's down and
It's
out,
giving
humble and
crisis.
begging for pity. At this stage he's likely reconnected with God and his family. Then he starts to get some
Like
fame
they always
again,
do.
some clout online, maybe lands a few collaborations with bigger content creators. He then starts to get some money and immediately turns to material possessions for validation, and then his true self kind of starts to leak out. He may say something to the effect that he's going to be the biggest entertainer in the entire world, or maybe he's going to put on some massive events, and then he destroys his life like a horrific plane crash that leaves no survivors.
I'm not even gonna sit here and say sorry but like I'm trying to explain to y'all, like now that my adrenaline dumped and I'm back to Yusuf and I open Twitter and I see what Fousey did, I'm like,
Well, now Fousey has announced his new career, proclaiming that the Fousey character he created as Yusuf is dead and never coming back.
King crash out. He's pretending to be me. It's not me, okay?
You're not gonna get away with this. They're gonna know it's not you. They're gonna know it's not me. You're not me, okay? You're not.
But before we get into his continued
What?
horrible choices, I want to tell you guys about a great choice that you can make with today's video
another
sponsor,
VPN?
Mando. When it comes to deodorant, I'm here to help
Oh,
you guys.
okay,
You can apply it
deodorant.
to everything from your pit. You can go with their on your skin,
They're not paying me.
clean. I've also really been enjoying smelly
Skip
on my
this.
also come with a spray. It's off your order.
Damn,
Journey
brother.
and smell better today.
I'm back, now I'm too hot. I can't fit these racks that's in my bank in a shoebox.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. This is downright pathetic. Like, this dude should be starting a family or running a business by now. Filthy rich with his entire life situated after being handed the world on a silver platter.
some retard asked me why Aiden never shout me out, like I'm supposed to give a
He was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month for years, and instead of investing any of it or building something away from YouTube and his Fousey persona, he overspent renting an LA condo. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on massage parlors and other useless material possessions like jewelry and cars. And now this guy is still out here begging for crumbs at the bottom of the degenerate streaming barrel. I mean, seriously.
Okay, so to me, what this sounds like, there is a shift happening. I don't know how long he's been on here, but I've heard Fousey before, like years ago. It sounds like basically there's a shift happening. Streamers are up. Like, streaming is popular. Being a big streamer is where it's at. And Fousey's audience is probably growing. They're either growing up or they're moving on to somebody else. And who's popping right now? A lot of Twitch streamers. A lot of Twitch streamers are popping. So for me, it sounds like he's seeing maybe his views going down, maybe the money is going down, the attention is going down, and it's kind of shifting towards, you know, streamers and stuff like that, and just younger, you know, content creators. And it sounds like he's struggling with that. He's trying to pivot or like take a new angle where it's kind of like now he's acting like a man child. I don't know, but you can tell that something he's struggling. He's going through something. And he's just trying to figure out a way to capture whatever audience that he's trying to capture. I don't know, but he's going through some type of crisis. He's not ready to grow up. That's what it gives. He's just not ready to grow up. He's losing money. He's turning people off. People are going to other content creators to get, entertainment, but he's struggling, obviously.
Seriously, compare him to someone like Roman Atwood, his longtime friend who had a very similar career trajectory as Fousey. The two even went on a damn world tour together and were co-headliners. But one guy was smart with his money, he never crashed and burned, and now he's just older with his wife and his family, and building businesses, running a podcast, and basically just doing whatever the f he wants. I'm sure he could walk away from the internet tomorrow. That is how it should be when you're blessed with so much wealth in such a short period of time. But obviously, there's always another side to the coin, and that is the life of Yusuf.
YSC, crash out, crash.
Crash out? Like, how old are you? Crash out? That's what I'm talking about. Like, he's trying to keep up with these kids, like the Kais and the Playboy, what's his name? Playboy Max or something. He's trying to keep up with them. Like, you crash out? Like, where your family at?
Mr. Viral, Mr. whatever you want to call me. Hi. Y'all thought you could say whatever the hell you wanted about me in TikTok comments? Instagrams, YouTubes, I saw everything, and you have to pay for it.
So now he's changing his name and his online persona from Fousey to Crash Out.
YSE, AMP, all the other little like abbreviation click squads and all of that. Like, come on.
YSC. And in his first single titled
and then you working with King Botch? Oh, you're
First Day Out,
off.
he filmed a video of his funeral that was directed by King Bach of all people. Yes, like I'm talking about the one dude from Vine who no one has heard from for the last decade. The poor guy must be down so bad that he's taking this type of work.
All right, and if you want to come and pay your final respects while the poem is going, feel free to. Here we go.
In the video, Fousey is basically throwing a pity party for himself before he breaks out of a coffin to stick it to his haters and tell them that he's not going anywhere, questioning where his real friends were when he was down and out.
They don't like the truth because I be stating facts. They say he's killer, we killed it. I'm okay with this.
Now honestly, this has to be my favorite moment in the entire music video, when the guy just starts dancing around like a little kid.
You're a fan, you're a fan, you're a fan, you're a fan. Eminem will call you a motherfucking stan, you're a fan.
I don't know, something about the guy who rode Drake for the greater part of the last 10 years, at one time even trying to make himself into a carbon copy of him, using the Kendrick Cannot Like Us reference, just doesn't sit right with me. But hey, I guess it makes about as much sense as this entire era of Fousey.
That's the first time I've ever been in a coffin. That's the scariest shit I've ever done in my life. Don't take life for granted, because one day, what's guaranteed is we're all gonna be inside one.
And keep in mind, guys, this single was supposed to be his big moment that he has been teasing for months. But when it came out, it actually got less than 50,000 views in the first day. And even days after it being covered by some of the biggest streamers and content creators, it has only racked up around 175,000 views. Keep in mind, this is uploaded on his main channel that has over 10 million subscribers, meaning not even 2% of those people were willing to click on this video. And I truly believe that most of the people who did tune in were just there to see how bad it could truly be. Like even the basic fundamentals of making a song sound decent, like proper mixing and mastering and layering of the track, are really nowhere to be found. In fact, the video appears to have been edited on CapCut, so I'm guessing that he mixed this shit himself in GarageBand. I mean, it truly sounds putrid. And it's really funny because this isn't even the first time that Fousey has tried his hand at music. Around 6 years ago, he had a song with DJ Khaled that was far more popular than this will ever be. But once again, I guess this is all part of the long, never-ending cycle that he puts himself through every year. Like one day, we will totally see a 60-year-old Fousey crashing out on the latest trend. At the end of the day, I really do feel like streaming was just about the worst thing that someone like Fousey could have stumbled upon. The guy is obviously impulsive, he's destructive, and constantly having to engage with a live community that he's trying to entertain so that he can go viral is a recipe for disaster for someone like him.
You are a debt to me. Every single thing I said to you was a lie. I didn't love you. Every time I you, I thought about my ex. I hate you. You're Chuck E. Cheese's. And listen, when my album comes out and you start hearing it when you're in the club or getting by a Chuck E. Cheese rat, don't you dare text me.
And on the other hand, rapping is
Oh
also
my
considered a young man's
God.
game, and nothing that he is bringing to the table here really tells me that we should take him seriously at all. I mean, I would say this guy used to be considered somewhat of an inspiration, someone who at the very least attempted to wear their faults on their sleeve.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that like that.
But over the last 6 years, Fousey has taken every opportunity to show himself to be a narcissist who is only interested in using people around him for his own personal gain. And it's like no matter how hard he tries to present himself a certain way, I feel like people have caught on to this trend.
Pull out whatever you're talking about, you clip farmer. Pull out whatever.
The guy has deep-rooted identity issues, a problem with social validation, and ultimately he's always been driven by a deep sense
That's
of
what I'm
insecurity.
saying.
I mean, it's one thing for like an 18 to 25-year-old person to still be acting this way, but this guy
Exactly.
is damn near middle-aged, still embarrassing himself online for a pretty minuscule amount of money that he could have been making passively if he just would have been smart at all about any investment back in the day.
Excuse me? Can I borrow $4?
No, I'm sorry, you can't ask my customers that.
I can't ask another human to pay for my coffee. Is that a Macy's rule? I'm a millionaire. I'm asking to be spared $4. It's okay.
That
Thank
don't even
you.
make
You guys are all brokers.
sense.
I mean, like, if he would have been investing
Like-
back then, like in 2012 through 2017, oh my god, that money would be compounding and making so many more little money bags. But no, instead the guy wanted jewelry, he wanted cars, he wanted all this bullshit. And even now when he touches money, he still does the exact same thing. He's asking his audience, oh, what supercar should I buy this week? Or I guess I should say likely rent. Either way, I want to know what you guys think about the latest update on Fousey. I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video and dropping a like, maybe sharing with a friend. I also encourage you to go check out the sponsor.
He keep going, he gonna crash, and it's gonna be terrible. Cause he already losing views. And it's just really just him doing all this to cater to like little kids. And little kids ain't even fucking with it. It's they really just making fun of you. So he wanna keep going down that route, he's going to crash. And like he said earlier, he's gonna be sitting in a room by himself, crying, thinking about all the mistakes that he made. The route that he went, he should have went a better route. Like I can't think of his name right now, but the other dude, you know, with his family and him doing like adult like things, but that are still entertaining. Like you can be an adult and be entertaining, even like no matter who you're trying to entertain, whatever audience you're trying to capture, whatever age, you know what I'm saying? Kids like to see you like flying in helicopters and doing all that shit, but I guess he's trying to like do the whole popular streamer extreme type of like, I don't know, but it's coming off totally wrong, and it's rubbing people the wrong way. And I'm assuming that he's reading into the backlash or the negative comments, and it's just making him act out even more. That's what it sounds like to me. Or whatever, but yeah, that's tragic. He needs to grow up. But that's gonna do it for this reaction, you guys. Make sure to leave some likes and comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. Toodles.